the reason this all takes place is because a town hall meeting is not a place where you can interrupt the president. So either Lemon, the CNN moderator, asks him a question, and he wanders around and gives an answer that's 5 minutes long, or the few people in the gallery ask a question, and then they're not going to interrupt them. So it's really useless if you want information. First 35, 40 minutes was all COVID. I didn't learn one thing. Not one thing. And it was like on and on and on and on and on. Okay, so let's, I picked out a few sound bites that I think you're going to enjoy hearing, not because Mr. Biden is saying them, but for what it means to you. First one, roll.
We created more jobs in the first 6 months of our administration than any time in American history. No administration's ever created as many jobs.
Now that is one of the biggest sleight of hands that I've ever seen in my entire life. But nobody would know that unless you had a staff like I have. So what he's saying is, I've created more jobs than any president in the first 6 months that I've been in office. But he's using a baseline of COVID for that assertion. The baseline he's using is April 2020, when the entire country shut down. All right? And when 22 jobs were lost, 22 million jobs were lost. That's his baseline. So yes, once the vax rollout began and he was inaugurated in January and the two were simultaneous, yeah, jobs started to come up. The jobs that were lost came back. But it wasn't because of anything he did. It was the vaccination, the people starting to go out and be more protected, and the economy starting to get back, and the lockdown's ending. So I'm saying to myself, when I heard it, I knew it was BS, but I didn't have these stats, all right? But I right away said, get what's going on here, and it came back fairly quickly. So this kind of stuff, it's not Biden he does it a lot. Does Biden even know the stats? Does he know he's using a baseline of April 2020? I don't think so. That's his people. He doesn't know. He just says what they tell him to say. And that was one of the memorized facts. I got more creative jobs than any other president. You know, Trump did that too, but Trump was going on a baseline of Obama. Okay, that was his baseline. Not COVID wiping out the entire industry of everything in the United States. All right, so isn't that interesting? Both parties do it. But Biden, when I went out, I said, what? And Lemon, I had no blanket idea. None. Okay, second soundbite is about COVID. Go.
What we're doing is, number one, to restore America's faith in science, is listen to the scientists. No, I'm not joking. I mean, literally listen to the scientists. And not interfere, not rush anything. Just let the scientists proceed, because they desperately want to get this right.
I can't believe how dumb that statement is. And I want it to stop. We listen to the scientists. Hey, the scientists disagree on everything. They disagree on the COVID origins. They disagree on how to treat COVID. They disagree on how it spreads. They disagree on climate change. They disagree on everything. So which scientists are we talking about? Dr. Frankenstein? Are we talking about him? Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? Who are we talking about? No, I listen to the scientists. It is such BS. I mean, I'm standing there going, how long do we have to listen to this nonsense? All right, soundbite number 3. This is what Joe Biden's, how he got elected and how he thinks the Democratic Party is going to stay in power. Give the folks money. Go.
How many of you have children under the age of 17? Raise your hand. Guess what? You're getting a lot of money in a monthly check now, aren't you? No, you deserve, no. I really mean it. Republicans used to fight for it as well. It's called the child tax credit. If you have a child under the age of 7, you get $300 a month, $350 a month. If you have a child under between 7 and 17, you get a total of $200 a month.
The key thing is you get a lot of money, aren't you? I mean, I'm sending you money. And that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. That is the progressive platform. The federal government will send you money so you vote for far-left politicians because that gravy train is going to continue, and we're going to take the money from wherever we're going to take it, the wealthy people, the corporations. And if we ruin the economy, good, because we progressives want to control the economy from Washington. We don't want a private marketplace. Now, does Biden know the big picture? No, he does not. Okay, fourth soundbite on the cops. Now, you need to remember that while a senator, Joe Biden was one of the most anti-criminal politicians in the country. The soundbite, want to put these thugs away. We don't care why they're doing the crimes. People have to be protected. We're going to put them in. He co-sponsored the crime bill that Bill Clinton signed, the tough mandatory sentencing bill. That was all Biden. Now, Biden's woke. Go.
We need more policemen, not fewer policemen, but we need them involved in community policing. Community policing. And when we did that, violent crime went down. All the criticism about the original crime bill, guess what? Yeah. Crime went down until we stopped doing community policing. So it's about we have availability now of over lots of money for cops to be able to hire psychologists, psychiatrists, as well as social workers to be engaged in the process.
So there's another sleight of hand. Every police department in a major city in this country has access to mental health workers and social workers. Every one. Okay? But what Biden is basically saying is community policing will drive crime down. That's not true. That's not how crime got driven down in New York City by mayors Giuliani and Bloomberg. Okay? Tough sentencing and arrest policies drove crime down to historic record lows in New York City. That is a fact. It wasn't bringing a social worker with you when you get a call, 911, that some woman's being raped. Okay, that's not what drove, the social worker didn't drive the crime rate down. Now, every criminologist knows what he just said is a bunch of malarkey. No joke, I'm not being facetious. Yeah, it's like, ugh, and I'm sitting there. But he gets away with it because he's woke Joe and all the other wokes in the country. That's right. If we could just bring a squad of psychiatrists right to the crime scene, then they'd stop murdering and selling narcotics, and they just go into therapy, and then it would all be solved. I mean, it is just so dishonest, and it's so damaging to this country for the President of the United States to be so detached from reality. Now, some of you write me, and well, he's a liar. I don't believe that. He's delusional. There's a difference between a calculated lie, knowing the truth, and living in a delusionary world, which is what Joe Biden does. He is not in the real world. Fellow Americans, I am concerned about the U.S. dollar. Huge debt, as you know. Will it stay as the world's reserve currency? That's why now more than ever, I recommend you diversify with gold and silver. And the only company I recommend, and have for years, is American Hartford Gold. I trust them. I've personally done business with them. They sell physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA. And they make it very easy. So call them right now. Make sure you tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they will give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Since I have been recommending American Hartford Gold, gold shot up more than 40%. Silver, more than 60%. So don't wait, call them now, 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, that's 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Bill O'Reilly here. Thank you for watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the First TV YouTube page. Just hit the big red subscribe button below, and you'll get clips and highlights of my program, The No Spin News, every single day. We'll see you soon.